working together in Chicago parks, fostering partnerships and alliances. Welcome to Chicago at Play.
Now we're here today to celebrate the Take the Field initiative. It was through their generosity, the generosity of the donors and the sponsors, that made this all possible.
Take the Field recognized the fact that in a city like Chicago, with our climate, that our playing fields in the parks, no matter the best effort of the Chicago Park District, that our playing fields really get in terrible condition. So Take the Field looked at at other cities that have artificial turf playing fields and know that those artificial turf playing fields are good within minutes of a torrential downpour, and they're good all year round.
In October, Take the Field held ribbon cuttings at 3 new artificial turf fields across Chicago. Sponsors and Chicago families celebrated in their communities.
And we hope that this new field will become a valuable community asset, one that the community can take great pride in, and one that will bring the community together, not just for athletic competition, but all types of activities.
The whole goal is to make sure our children have a great place to play, investing in our neighborhoods. And if you look around, there's a reason so many people are here, because they're invested in their park and their ability for their children and their families to have fun.
We named this Teach for America Field. These folks are dedicated to education, and this field is dedicated to them.
One thing we know about Chicago is they know how to build things. Whether that's our museums or our parks, Chicago knows how to get the public and private sector together to build things.
And with a day like today, you don't want to pass it up with hot air from a politician. Let's go play soccer. All right?
We all know the times that we live in, and that things are tough in government and things are tough with funding. So what Take the Field did was looked at a public-private partnership that we would try to raise the money to do these artificial turf soccer fields. We're here in Garfield Park, and there's a guy who is a prominent businessman in Chicago named Michael Sachs. Michael's father, Lee Sachs, played on the fields of Garfield Park. So when Michael heard that we were doing this, he said that he would like to do a field. We'd like to do it in the neighborhood of his dad, in Humboldt Park. We have Allstate Insurance. The Chicago Bears have been a wonderful partner. They're doing 2 fields. A very generous man named Paul Finnegan, who's a prominent businessman in Chicago, again, heard about this effort. And then the artificial turf field at La Follette has a state-of-the-art 400-meter track around it. And that was underwritten by the Parkways Foundation and the McCormick Foundation. Other partners are Chicago Fire, U.S. Soccer Foundation.
The artificial turf allows for activities from March through November, even after a storm.
Some of the benefits of using artificial turf instead of natural grass are that while it's raining, you can still be playing. And immediately after, you'll be able to play on the artificial turf without fearing damaging the turf. Artificial turf fields were identified for these locations instead of natural grass because the amount of use Park District fields get. A heavy use field gets 60 games a year. We have 600 games a year on these fields.
This artificial turf field it's really amazing stuff in that it's the monofilament nylon filled in with this soft crumb rubber that's actually recycled tires that are broken up into these tiny little rubber pellets. So it has the softness or the compressibility of just beautifully, perfectly maintained grass, and obviously better softness and compressibility than our compacted fields in our parks. The Park District has to take care of these, the community has to take care of them, but assuming that we do, this should be a facility that can last for 10 years, and we would expect that the play and recreation and movement of these kids should multiply many times by having a facility like this.
The installation of the turf fields is fostering additional improvements to neighborhood parks.
So with these artificial turf fields, it just won't be an artificial turf field. We're going to be improving the infrastructure around there. A lot of times we had to replace 100-year-old water mains or 75-year-old sewers that need to be repaired, and this project allowed us to do this. We will also be improving walks, ADA improvements where necessary, new drinking fountains, and also some donor plaza areas that will allow for seating and watching these games.
So we met early to make sure that there was enthusiasm for it. And then we came out several times during the construction phase to go over the construction, the complicated drainage, the needed maintenance. And so, I really think that we have enormous community enthusiasm and real excitement to get out and play on these fields. But not only that, but I think there's already a sense of pride and ownership regarding these fields. We're out here at Garfield Park today, and as good as this field looks, it's not completed. We have a construction fence here, we have landscape that needs to yet to go in, the lights aren't done, so this is a field that's still under construction. We're going to have an opportunity to open this field as well as La Follette and Pasteur on November 5th.
And fields will always be open to anyone who wants some exercise.
Anyone will be able to play on these fields. If you want to go out there, throw a frisbee, play catch with your kids, kick the soccer ball around, you'll be able to do that.
But this field we're going to leave them open. It won't be fenced in. So if mom or dad just wants to come out with their kids and kick the ball around and throw the ball when it's not being used, that'll be open kind of to the general public.
None of this could have happened on its own. It took the support of the Park District, the support of the system that we have in place, all making sure that every neighborhood, every child in the city has a chance to play on something, has a chance to achieve their dream.